today, after a tense beginning of the day, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot heaved a sigh of relief as it appeared that his government was on a safe footing. Congress MLAs who attended the Legislature Party meeting in Jaipur have now been shifted to a resort in Jaipur, and the party is attempting to placate disgruntled leader Sachin Pilot. Here's a detailed report.
Smiling faces and victory signs. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, in a dramatic move, allowed the media into his residence, where Congress MLAs came to attend a meeting convened by him. The meeting ended up being a show of strength. More than 100 MLAs took part, even as Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot stayed away.
जब इस तरह की ताकतें सक्रिय हो जाती हैं, जब वैसे नई लोकतंत्र के माध्यम से जब उनको जीत नहीं मिलती है, आईटी, ईडी, सीबीआई, सीआईएसएफ देश के इतिहास में पहली बार हुआ होगा और इतिहास कभी भी माफ नहीं करेगा।
मैंने सचिन पायलट जी हो या कांग्रेस का कोई भी विधायक हो, उन सबसे कहूंगा मौका है, मोदी और अमित शाह के बहकावे में मत आओ। पैसा सब कुछ मान सोरिए और जिस जनता ने वोट दिया वो सब कुछ है।
The MLAs then passed a resolution backing Gehlot's leadership. They were all then packed off in 4 luxury buses to Fairmont Resort, 35 kilometers away from Chief Minister's house, in a bid to avoid any poaching by rivals. The Chief Minister himself accompanied the MLAs on the bus. A truce is being worked out between Gehlot and Pilot. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi is playing the peacemaker. Sources tell India Today Pilot wants 4 of his MLAs to be made ministers, including the home and finance portfolios.
अगर कोई समस्या है तो श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी और राहुल गांधी जी के नेतृत्व में हम उस समस्या का निदान निकाल लेंगे.
Amidst the political crisis in Rajasthan, the Enforcement Directorate raided Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot's son Vaibhav's partner Ratan Kant Sharma. Gehlot's trusted colleagues Dharmendra Rathore and Rajiv Arora faced income tax raids.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के 3 अग्रिम विभाग हैं. एक फ्रंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट, एक है एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट और एक है सीबीआई. जब भी प्रजातंत्र की हत्या मोदी सरकार और भाजपा को करनी होती है तो भाजपा के ये तीनों अग्रिम विभाग सबसे पहले आगे आकर खड़े हो जाते हैं.
For the time being, Congress may have managed to save its government, but the crisis is far from over. The battle between the old guard and the new guard is bound to explode in days to come. It's up to the Congress High Command to find a solution with the BJP, waiting for the right opportunity to go for the kill. With Sharad Kumar and Ankit Tyagi, Bureau Report, India Today.
What's happened since is, after that show of strength, first of all, it meant to be an acid test which turned into a show of strength. All the MLAs that came to the Chief Minister's residence for the meeting today were hoarded in buses and taken to a resort, the Fairmont Resort. Ironic, it was the same resort that was raided today by the Enforcement Directorate. But I'm joined right now by Ankit Tyagi outside the Fairmont Resort. Ankit, what was the need of putting up these MLAs at a resort? Nobody's asking for a floor test. You've already shown that you have the numbers. You say you have 109. Why the need to hoard everyone and put them in a resort if you were so confident that you have the numbers, and in any case no one's asking you to prove the numbers?
That possibly seems to have given some sort of a maneuvering room to Sachin Pilot. There could be 2 reasons, Preeti. Number one, as you mentioned, that this resort was also raided by the Income Tax Department and the Enforcement Directorate today in the morning, along with other people, those who are seemingly close to Mr. Ashok Gehlot. So either Mr. Gehlot thinks that his MLAs can be intimidated and poached using certain tactics, and that's why he has kept them here. Or number 2, Mr. Gehlot, the numbers that he has been projecting so far doesn't have the same amount of numbers. There could be still some people, those who are playing the game between both Sachin Pilot and Mr. Ashok Gehlot. Those are the only 2 reasons why he will have to keep his MLAs here. Either he believes that they can be, in fact, bought off or scared off, or will go towards Sachin Pilot, or he believes he doesn't have the same numbers and he doesn't want that to be revealed, giving Sachin Pilot some more maneuvering room.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Ankit. We're going to keep coming back to you for more. But one thing that this crisis has done, this desert storm has done, is expose the crevices in the Congress leadership at the center, or the Congress leadership crisis, because it's something that hasn't developed in a day or 2 days, but has been festering since 2018. But the Congress is not new to this. Over the course of many decades, it's lost great talent. Talent today that has rivaled its own party in various states. I want to take you through some of that right here. So some political players, a part of the Congress, did not find space and then went on to form regional outfits. You have an example right there. Mamata Banerjee in 1998 broke away from the Congress and formed the Trinamool Congress. Now is a force to reckon with, where West Bengal is in question. Sharad Pawar did not find enough place where the Congress was concerned, formed NCP in the year 1999. It's not that there was a dearth of talent where Congress was concerned, but just not enough place. Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy formed YSRCP in 2011. All right, so these are leaders who did not find prominence, did not find space, and moved on to form their own regional outfits. I want to take you now through some of the other names that deserted the Congress when they did not find enough space that possibly gave them any space. So I have Jyotiraditya Scindia, the recent one, who's moved from in Madhya Pradesh to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Himanta Biswa Sarma, chief ministerial ambitions were turned down by the Congress, joined the BJP. Not that he's chief minister now, but Dr. Ajoy Kumar joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. Priyanka Chaturvedi joined the Shiv Sena. We've got a bit of an error there. Priyanka Chaturvedi had joined the Shiv Sena, not the BJP. Tom Wadakan joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. S.M. Krishna joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. Vijay Bhaguna joined the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Sukhmoy Saha joined the Bharatiya Janata Party, along with Sanjay Singh, one of the latest one from Uttar Pradesh, joining the Bharatiya Janata Party, Bhuvneshwar Kalita and Narayan Rane in Maharashtra. All right, so this is what it looks like. Not the first time that we've seen a crisis such as this, unable to manage the kind of talent it has had and lost precious talent as that. And clearly now fissures within the Congress, one section which goes on to believe that losing a talent like Sachin Pilot at this point of time would call for introspection, especially where the Congress High Command is concerned. The other one, we just saw multiple errors being made. You had a PL Punya, even before any announcement was made today, declared that Sachin Pilot had already joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. Lots of errors there, and once again the spotlight on the Congress leadership. All right, so let's cut across to our guest this evening. I have Rajdeep Sardesai, our consulting editor, who's joining us in the studio. I also have Ashutosh, a political analyst, Sabah Naqvi, journalist, that have been tracking the trajectory of the Congress and the position now the leadership finds itself in. Ashutosh, with the way things have developed, with what we have seen, I would reckon the biggest spotlight right now would be on the Congress leadership's inability to be able to deal with this crisis. They could have mitigated it possibly a year and a half ago. It's something that has been brewing even before 2018 elections, Rajasthan.
Preeti, I think this is a very self-inflicted wound by the Congress itself, and this is a great reflection on the 2 points. One, I think the party ala kaman, which is called Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and the Priyanka Gandhi, there is something missing in their leadership, and that's why these leaders, they have no trust in them, and that's why they want to look for the greener pasture. The second thing, I think the Congress is still struggling with the generational fights between the old guards and the new guards. The old guards are not leaving space, and the new guards, they want a promotion in their career because they think they're already too old to be called young ones. So if Jyotiraditya Scindia's ambitions are not being fulfilled in the Congress, certainly they look for somewhere else, and that's why he had gone to these places into the BJP. Now Sachin Pilot, I'm not very sure whether he will join BJP, but yes, he is trying to raise an alarm, and the Congress has to address that. See, the third point which I want to make is that the Congress sometimes does blunders, like it did blunder in Andhra Pradesh. When YSR Reddy died, then his son Jagan Mohan Reddy wanted to be the chief minister, but the Congress did not listen to him. Congress had given the reins to a very old leader, and look where the Congress is today. Congress is almost wiped out in Andhra Pradesh, and that's a clear sign today. At that point of time, his worth was not realized. Today, if the Congress doesn't realize the worth of Sachin Pilot, I see the similar thing happening in Rajasthan. Because Ashok Gehlot is no doubt a tall leader in Rajasthan. But don't forget, in 2012, he lost badly. He could not win his son's seat in 2019 parliamentary elections, despite being there for more than 2 weeks. So today he has got almost 100 MLAs because Congress party is with him. If the Congress party is not with him, then I don't know how many leaders will be with him.
You know,
so it's a reflect. Sorry.
Ashutosh, I beg to differ there because at least with what you saw on ground, even during elections, it seemed that it was Ashok Gehlot who had a larger resonance, especially if you call, if you talk about grassroots leaders and all. But I'd like to bring in Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor. Rajdeep, if you look at the trajectory of the Congress, it seemed to have never honed its talent.
Well, I think, look, the Congress is, at the peak of its powers was this large umbrella party which could accommodate conflicting interests. You had space in the Congress for leaders with different viewpoints, diverse ideologies, because the Congress was a party in power. I think what has changed, Preeti, is the party in power has become a party of opposition. And because you are in opposition, it is unable to distribute patronage to the different competing factions within the Congress. The Congress has always been factionalized, but it could manage the factions, A, because the high command was strong, and because it was in power, it could distribute largesse. Now what has happened, in Rajasthan, there's only one post. Chief Minister, only one person can become Chief Minister, either Gehlot or Pilot. In 2018, the choice was made to choose Gehlot over Pilot. Mr. Pilot has never got over that. He believes he was the PCC president. If you could make Bhupesh Baghel in Chhattisgarh, Amrinder Singh in Punjab, and Kamal Nath in Madhya Pradesh, why not me? Gehlot, on the other hand, said, look, the legislators are with me. Without me, we would not even have got these many seats, is what the Gehlot camp claimed. And eventually, because there were Lok Sabha elections coming up in 6 months, Rahul Gandhi picked Gehlot over Pilot. Once that was done, for 2 years this has been festering. And the question therefore must be asked, in those 2 years, what was done, Preeti, to resolve the conflict? That's really the question. So it's at one level, you're right. It's, you could argue that the Congress has not been able to retain talent, has not been able to push the talent. Where is that middle generation within the Congress, the next generation leadership in key positions? On the other hand, you've got to also accept that Ashok Gehlot on the ground has perhaps far greater resonance in Rajasthan than a Sachin Pilot has.
Yes.
So that is Mr. Pilot's. But Mr. Pilot, on the other hand, has a perception beyond Rajasthan and an appeal, a pan-India appeal, which can only benefit the Congress. In an ideal world, you should be able to accommodate both. But the world is not ideal today for a party like the Congress because it is a declining party. That's the problem for the Congress. How do I accommodate people when I have very little to offer them? What do I offer someone? Jyotiraditya Scindia, for example. How do I accommodate him if I don't make him Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister or PCC Chief? I can't make him a cabinet minister because I'm not in power at the center. Between 2004 and 14, both Mr. Pilot and Scindia were prominent ministers. Now that's not going to happen. So I think the capacity of the Congress to accommodate the younger guard is shrinking, and the older guard is insecure, knowing this is our last chance. We can't, we need it now. Pilot was impatient, Gehlot was insecure.
Right. All right, okay, appreciate you joining us, Rajdeep. I know you have to run for your show, but I want to bring in Sabah Naqvi on the point that Rajdeep raised, Sabah. And if you turn that point around, there was a huge difference between Scindia and Sachin Pilot as well. Sachin Pilot joined the Congress in 2003. He's 44 years of age. He's traveled the trajectory of being a cabinet minister, being an MP, being the Congress president Rajasthan, and also being the deputy CM. Do you think he should have had more patience or maybe now bitten off more than he can chew, which clearly seems to suggest that he did?
Hi, Preeti. First of all, I agree with a lot of the points that Rajdeep is making. I also suspect, if you look at the facts, that this is also Mr. Gehlot's way of fixing things with Sachin. Sachin Pilot has been constantly complaining about even postings in his own seat being made without him being consulted. That this whole matter is coming to a head. But the problem that Sachin faces is that there is no chief ministerial post available in the BJP, which Jyotiraditya Scindia was not wanting. But about both of them, all of this brings us back to the larger problem of the Congress, which is just not able to accommodate these young guys who worked hard for the party. And I'll go back a little bit. And Himanta Biswa Sarma, who had a long running relationship with Tarun Gogoi, the Congress Chief Minister of Assam, and then he expected more respect from the Congress leadership, which he failed to get, became a vehicle for the Bharatiya Janata Party to enter the Northeast because he is very good with his strategic thinking. But so the Congress lost a very important asset over there, which has wreaked damage on them subsequently. So they just were incapable of accommodating him. But here I'd like to flag another point. The Bharatiya Janata Party also is not going to take a congressman and make a chief minister out of them. Let's recognize that. They didn't do so with Himanta, who has more than proven his worth to the party. There is a rumor that they may do so next time round. They took one of their own as the chief minister. So the Bharatiya Janata Party is not going to hand over chief ministerships to people from parties who defect.
All right, okay. So Ashutosh, you're shaking your head. The question now is on the Congress leadership, Ashutosh. Wouldn't you reckon?
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that point because I think that there's something wrong with the Congress. There is no conflict resolution mechanism within the Congress. The Congress had mastered the art of managing all kinds of conflict, as Rajdeep has said, very truly has said. But today you see in Madhya Pradesh or any other place, the Congress doesn't have that. And unless Congress learn to do something of this kind, you can't. See, I disagree on a point which you said that Ashok Gehlot has a lot of resonance on the ground. The point is when Mr. Narendra Modi became the Chief Minister of Gujarat, if you had compared him with Kesubhai Patel, because Kesubhai Patel has a longer innings as a leader, as a Chief Minister. So on the ground, that would have made more resonance. Or you take the example of Vasundhara Raje Scindia. Vasundhara Raje Scindia, when he was sent from Delhi to Jaipur, she thought it's going to be a punishment posting for her. But look, Vasundhara Raje Scindia is a leader in itself. My point is that Ashok Gehlot is past. Sachin Tendulkar is present. Sachin Tendulkar is the future. So if you invest in Sachin Tendulkar, probably you are secure in the coming 20-30 years.
Ashutosh, I'm sure you're trying to draw an analogy of Sachin Tendulkar in terms of Sachin Pilot there.
I'm sorry, Sachin Pilot. Sachin Pilot.
Well, you are trying to draw that analogy. Okay, I want to take in a final comment and I'll bring in Sabha Naqvi there. You know, Sabha, it's not that easy, for Sachin Pilot. He comes from a state which is entrenched in caste politics. He happens to be a Gujar, which finds very little resonance with the dominant caste vote banks like Jats. You talk about even Meenas don't want a Gujar as a chief minister. Forget about the dominant Rajputs. On the other hand, when the drama played out, 2018, we all remember when the drama played out and it was pretty much of a cliffhanger. It was actually Gehlot who managed the numbers with his independents, pulling in the 6 BSP MLAs as well.
Look, I'll say something very basic, Preeti, right now, because I've been to Rajasthan and I know Sachin really well. And I had a chance to go there earlier this year in January. And the thing is that Mr. Gehlot also knows how to keep the High Command happy. You should see the kind of posters that they routinely display that Rahul Gandhi is coming here, and he knows how to work that bit very well. Plus, the Congress is really starved of funds. Let's not lose sight of the fact that any state which gives some amount of funding to the center has some value. So Gehlot is pretty good at all those old-fashioned political equations. However, the fact is, let's recognize one thing. These were all Rahul's boys. Right. I'm talking about Jyotiraditya and Sachin Pilot.
Right.
So this is really, really sad that they're in such a hole.
The very fact, of the documentary on the Congress is also, and I need to close the show because I need to hand it over to Rajdeep then. But the documentary is also on what happened today. You had 3 senior leaders, KC Venugopal, Randeep Surjewala, Ajay Maken, and Rahul Gandhi has to send his own emissary to try and broker peace. We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments there. Appreciate you joining us. Sabha, thank you. Thank you, Ashutosh there. And let's just hope what kind of innings Sachin Pilot plays. Will it be a Sachin Tendulkar? We'll only know in days to come. Right now, it's pretty much a big question mark on what his next move is. Not much elbow space for him. Thank you for joining us. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.